Hello, what is up, friends? Welcome back. My name is Kay, and today we are going to talk about this crazy ass double eviction that we just saw in the Big Brother Canada house. This season started off kind of slow, but it just keeps on getting crazier and crazier by the week. I'm super excited to talk about it, but first, if you have not already, make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you can stay up to date on Big Brother as we finish off the season. Now, let's get started. Y'all, this week was way crazier than I ever expected it to be. Now, when I first saw that Jess was the HOH, I was actually a little bit excited, just because they had been on the outs the entire season so far, and I truly had no idea what they'd do with their HOH. As we see, Jess eventually decides to nominate Hermon and Moose. Now, I don't necessarily think that these were bad picks for Jess at all, because honestly, both of these guys would definitely target Jess if they had the chance. So I don't think this was a bad move on Jess's part. When they are nominated though, we see Hermon and Moose decide to act a little bit silly during the nomination ceremony, and Hermon even does a fun little dance. Now, I thought this was totally fine and fun and not harmless at all, but Jess seems to really have a problem with this. Jess reacts like it's like bullying or something like that. Like seriously, the episodes this week focused a lot about Hermon's stupid dance and Jess's reaction to it. I just thought it was kind of dumb for Jess to feel so hurt, because Jess was the one that was in the position of power and they were the one that was taking away somebody's dream here. And then Kevin has the nerve to call Hermon aggressive for dancing. Like, what? Anyways, it's the lack of emotional intelligence like this that really ended up screwing up Jess's game, but we'll get to all of that later. We get to the veto ceremony and we see that Hermon wins the veto and will obviously be taking himself off the block. Jessica is then going to be looking for a replacement nominee, of course, and ends up settling on Tynesha. Now, I think that this was a fatal move for Jess's game, simply because Tynesha was not really a threat to Jess at all. Certainly wasn't the main threat to Jess. See, there's been this rumor going around that Tynesha is this sort of super villain, evil mastermind of the game who's controlling everybody, but that's just not true at all. Like, Tynesha is actually one of the weaker players in the house. Alas, Tynesha ends up on the block with the plans in place to secretly send her home. Now, we need to talk about Kevin for a second, because right now, Kevin is by far playing the best game in the house. He's in a perfect position right now. He's playing multiple sides of the house, but he's not really in the middle either. And he doesn't even seem to be targeted at all. Like, it's like he's not even there. Like, nobody even sees Kevin. Like, for example, Summer and Hermon are also playing multiple sides of the house right now, but everybody sees that and everybody knows that, which makes them not in a very good spot. Kevin was Jess's number one, right? He was the main one that was in Jess's ear this entire week. And he okayed Hermon, Moose, and Tynesha to go on the block. He was even able to work Haleena and Josh to get them to flip over to his side of the house. Now, they didn't really go into this too much on the show, but now Kevin, Haleena, and Josh are a semi-tight trio in the game. Hey, I hate to say it, but I have to give credit where credit is due, okay? Kevin's doing the damn thing right now. He just is. On eviction night, the votes are read and Tynesha is evicted in a 5-4 vote. On her way out the door, Tynesha even has some fun choice words for Jess.
Sorry, but I think that your HOH was worse than Kyle's. But good luck to you by keeping the two people that you nominated that are going to come for you. Good luck with that.
Whew. Tynesha did not miss a beat with that one, okay? So with that first eviction of the night over and done with, it is now time for eviction number 2. Now, this double eviction is a little bit different. Instead of competing for an HOH, everyone will instead compete for their own individual safety. The first safety competition plays out, and as we see, Moose is the winner and wins himself safety for the night. With Moose as the winner, he will be the one to kick off this so-called chain of safety. How it works is basically each house guest will go and choose one person to be safe for the night until there are 3 outcasts left. Those 3 outcasts will then all compete, making one of them safe and leaving 2 of them to be like officially on the block. It's kind of like that Mon Juan curse they did in Celebrity Big Brother last season, but like a million times better. I love things like this. I love, love, love this idea because it forces everybody to expose just a little tiny piece of their game, which of course is always great for the feeds. The chain is kicked off by Moose, and one by one, members of the house are named to be safe. There were some pretty interesting picks though, like Kevin not saving his #1 ally Haleena, and Marty not saving Gino. But in the end, it is Gino, Jacey, Lynne, and Jess who are left standing to battle it out for their lives. The next safety competition then plays out, and as we see, Jacey Lynne ends up winning and saving herself this week, leaving Gino and Jess as the ones that are officially on the block. In this moment, Jess just looks so freaking defeated. Like they know they messed up. They know they messed up. And I just know that Tanisha's last words were just floating along in Jess's head.
Keeping the 2 people that you nominated that are going to come for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Everyone goes up to vote, and of course, Jess becomes the second person evicted from the house that night. Yikes, this was a really, really tough one for Jess. They started off at the bottom, and it was pretty much an uphill battle for them all the way until the end of their game. I think this just goes to show how important things like charm and charisma can be in a social game like this, which Jess really didn't have too much of, no shade. So what did you all think of this double eviction? Are you glad that Jess was the one evicted, or would you have rather seen somebody else go instead? Let me know in the comments below. As I was saying before, I just love this double. I thought it was great, and I really, really hope that BBUS adapts some of these great ideas from the BB Can franchise. I'm super excited to see how this next upcoming week will play out and to see who the new HOH will be. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.